Alright, I still got an hour to kill before we're done with my buddy here. Let's talk to the dudes again. A bunch of things have developed and changed over time. I've even talked to their leader. And I keep finding out evidence there might be another one of them and stuff like that, so that's curious. Also glowy spots back here. Can I click on these? You see hawthorn bushes outside. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. Is this observable? What's up here? Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. Look out the window? It's not time yet. What the fuck? Mysterious door seen. Icosahedral dice set sirens. But it's not time yet. I'm not supposed to be able to see out here apparently. That's why it's like a heroic squint. Does that help? No. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open in the spring. Still too cold outside. Even a white check I don't really want to do. Because you have to like increase that stat. Like let's deal with the it's not time yet problem, I guess. What's that? Is that just money? Yeah. Alright.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the hardy girl? I am not, she says dryly. You could be, Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model. Even a Her face stiffens. Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney. Are you Lizzie Elizabeth? Miss Beaufort? I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy. She points to the tall man at the table. Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes in the way she stands, in her face. Easy. Easy Leo told me all about you. He likes to talk a lot. You're not here to chat up with the legal counsel, you're here to question these men. Maybe that'll affect a check at some point? For now it was kind of a nothing, actually.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. Established authority. Nope. I was weak before, but we did discover the 8th Hardy, but I'm garbage. I just found a bullet in the hanged man's head. A bullet, you say? He pats the back of his head. That's mighty curious. Indeed, mighty. How did it get there? The lieutenant fixed on Titus. He gives you an indulgent look. Well, there's so many bullets in the world and so many heads. He sighs deeply. I guess it's only logical. At some point, some of them bullets had to end up on one of them heads. It's bound to happen again. You know. He taps on his right temple. Just statistically speaking, of course. Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes. But what if he just grabs it? Do I trust drama or not? Like, drama's a good stat, but just because the stat's good and has a good check doesn't mean it's actually useful. Drama's actually not a great stat. It's only a 4. I had my cool discus throw that was so effective, but the check was a bad idea to begin with. But, I don't know. We're trying to have a discussion here. Showing the bullet might give me an advantage at dice rolls, maybe even that authority check. I'm gonna ask you again. Why was this, show them the bullet, in the victim's head? Wow. Little man leans in to inspect the leaden blossom. He's got it in a real evidence bag and all. Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting. You know what I think? He raises his finger. I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet. Around the bullet, man. Elaine pinches the root of his nose. That's a good one. Oh, the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique. Did you guys shoot him? Shit. He throws his head back. I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk. Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. This little guy looks you in the eye. Better hope he stays sober. No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him? Before? After? During? She spreads her arms. This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time. Don't worry, we'll figure this out sooner or later. Never been worried in my life, lawman. He crosses his hairy arms, having forgotten his beer for a moment. It's not like you blew it wide open, but there's a little crack there, somewhere. Strange reaction to the bullet. Slight advantage. Has 0 effect on the outcome chance. My chance is so low that the only way to win is a critical win. So even getting bonuses is not changing the percentage, because it's functionally 0, except for the critical win chance. I want to talk about the hanging again. Again? Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan. I don't know if I want to take that move right now. It's just a bad idea. That's all that's left to discuss. Why does it say it's not time yet? That's a weird modifier. Is it just because the room's full of people? Oh, I can't do it when it's full of people or something? Do I have anything to discuss with you?
Can I help you?
No. Maybe I will knock harder. I can't figure out how to get to that roof. And she seems like she might be an important character. Lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Try the handle. Can only be opened with a key or from inside. Huh. No, it's not. No additional rudeness is going to get us any further there. I might actually read a case. Or something. Or visit the bookstore. I haven't checked in with these people. Might even have something worth buying today. Like a tabletop game or something. How are you guys doing today?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Yes, yes. I think this was the tabletop table. The tabletop games on the tabletop. I can actually afford that. Suzerainty. It's really expensive. And virile. A lot of money. That's a lot of money. Pretty risky. Maybe not yet. Maybe when I get ahead of my money a little bit better. I got something else I could read, didn't I? Book, 16 Days in Coldest April. Yeah. This is the actual book I found besides my other thing. You stare at the now familiar black and white rainbow. The book feels heavy in your hands. Start reading. In cold, detached prose, the author describes a scene from one of the Yugograd riots in the 20s. Youths overturn motor carriages and set trash cans ablaze while heavy armored guardsmen dash in and disperse them in a flurry of baton blows. The Yugograd riots took place from TK to TK, fueled by ethnic unrest and the state's repressive tactics. These events are often seen as marking the end of a brief period of liberalization known as the Yugograd Spring. Like all such periods, it is frequently memorialized in art and literature. In excruciating detail, the author describes the socio-economic conditions that have brought these people of Yugograd into the streets, centuries of humiliations and despair, and then, during these riots, two young people meet. It would physically hurt you to keep reading. Are you sure? Read 10 more pages. Wow, physically hurt me. You weren't joking. Wow. Jesus Christ. Wow. 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 Their happiness is fleeting, a cruel jest. The absurdity of the state totally crushes them, and they end up betraying each other. She becomes an official for the regime, and he, a lens grinder in Dirk. The end. I thought I only read 10 more pages. Good stuff. I fucking loved this. Okay. Pain threshold. Aren't you only like level 2? Yeah. But you're already a masochist, apparently? Look at the back cover. The photograph of the author. I think I've read this before, yeah. Sad old woman. Even though she's 30? Huh. Well, that happened. Curious about my cases. Browse the case files again. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of investigations date back to January 51, stamped case files, commit to paper. Yeah. Read a case file. Takes about half an hour to piece one together using the system you've devised. Which one do you want? The Next World Mural. That might give me an idea for the mural. This one's relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight, on the 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on the 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is sparsely inhabited. A sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Quran. Cause of failure? Rent too high. The mural is enormous. Two silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their forms reads, "True love is possible. Only in the next world, for new people. It's too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the belles lettres have the literage of industrial paint. Literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World Mural as the crew calls it, remains unknown. Wait, did I ever find out who came up with it? The case files do not show your findings. They do not show you finding the author of the design. Read on. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner JV is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41. which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rumbling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between the two options. Remove the mural or keep the mural. The exact text was, true love is possible, only in the next world for new people. It's too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. So there's support for keeping it. That fucking thing. On an 8-story building. That is just a whole lot of mural. I don't know, keep it, I guess? A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and the love truly is possible in the next world, for new people, and it's too late for us. Damn. All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class. In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter. And an agreement as well. Huh. Interesting to find out that most people wanted to keep that around, apparently.
Yes?
I'm actually surprised we're this far into the day already. I also kind of thought Kim would be gone by now. Maybe I had to go... actually go to our rooms. But then just not go to bed. Yeah, because he wants to debrief. Or maybe I'm misinterpreting this entire idea. That book, it hoarded me. It hoarded me to death. See you in the morning. Yeah? Bye. Ah. Oh, that's Kim's room. Okay. Right, because it's the only room left besides the woman's. Can I wash the mess off of me, finally? This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Oh. Ah, the soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared to you. Run yourself a bath. The bathtub slowly fills with water. The water beckons. Undress, close your eyes, and submerge. The water's only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flanks like sad duckies. They're just in the water? Take the beer cans out. Now that you're alone with your thoughts in the tub, it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub. Let's, linger for a moment. Ah, I healed. Your fingers grow pale and are covered in tiny whorls as the water cools. Imagine something. You see the corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench. Then, houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curvature. Get out. There we go. It's a little better for now. New skill point. The waterline recedes as you stand. You're cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist skin. That's helpful for now. Between the 2 extra morale points I have and the fact that it heals every time conceptualization happens, like, I feel like my chance of actually suffering the consequences of morale going down are, like, low now. I'm still not ready to sing karaoke. A lot of work there's a lot of work between now and there. There's no witnesses. Quick, open the door. I don't think we can, though. Yeah. Do have this guy in my hand. Just doesn't help out with that much stuff right now. Right, I should have asked the guy again. Right, let's deal with the corpse too. I have the corpse, I have the smoker, and I have the boat lady to deal with without Kim. But yeah, while I was with Kim, one of the things I could have done is I should have checked in with the antiques, the thrift store guy about the gun. The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse, the hidden inside of its belly. Remove the boots. The boot is reluctant to let go. The body is reluctant to let go of the boots, as though they were its last bit of dignity. Whatever you're planning to do, you need to do it before you catch pneumonia in the cold draft coming from the inside of this fridge. Pull the left boot? It feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or two. Pull on the right boot. It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot. Just relax. This is easy. This is happening. Adjust his seating position first. He's too heavy to move by yourself. A great mass of dead muscles, with hoar frost covering his milky eyes. Try to twist the boots off one by one. Fairweather T500 boots with rotting flesh. This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off, with nasty slices of polymer socks stuck to even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh. Take stock of the damage. Not good. Let's pin this on the bear. The eyes tore up his legs with its claws. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you've cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly. Yes, absolutely need to be washed before. The stink is incredible. The kitchen, Didn't the whirling have a kitchen? It's a worrying plan you got there. What am I doing? I should just give up on this thing and just turn it off. Yeah. Yeah, our chance of success is so shit. Let's go ahead and unplug it. Unplug the black cable. Yeah, +2 from the machine being unplugged. This orange machine is dead still. It has hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. Yeah. So I think we'll have to leave it unplugged and come back tomorrow morning. I was a little worried that whatever's inside of it might die out if I leave it unplugged, but I don't see other solutions necessarily. Maybe I can move it to the corpse fridge tomorrow. Fairweather T500 boots with rotting flesh. Don't smell the boots. Better yet, don't even think about them. It's to think about how you're going to get them clean, that is. For now, they're unsellable, unwearable, and just downright disgusting. These boots were probably left on the corpse because they were impossible to pull off while it was hanging. They're not exactly pleasant to look at right now, much less smell. Hopefully you will know who they belong to very soon. Will I ever be able to wear them? The size seems about right, once you get the foul-smelling flesh gunk out. Isn't there a saying about walking in another man's shoes? You've seen too much to be that naive. Even if you don't remember it, you'll never know what it was like to be him. A little bit of progress, though. Wash them off in a kitchen somewhere. Do I know another kitchen? I feel like doing it the whirling is just douchey. Is there like a... was there... I'm trying to remember whether or not there was... whether there was any abandoned sink in that complex of different buildings I went through of all the dead businesses. Ah, we're getting better at this. In the dimming light, some things become clearer. You have a keen aesthetic sensibility, and Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious. So between Cindy and my art degree thought, and the fact that the sun's gone down, I have a way higher chance of doing something with this. Come on. A fucking nat fail. Thanks. Nat crit bullshit. What's over here? Another splattering of bullets on the wall. Why are you guys even still here? The corpse is gone.
Trying to sneak up on me again? Trying to snuff me out? Get away, pig!
Not very nice. Why aren't you nice? How long did they stay here? The corpse is gone. Does he just like to stand in the middle of that field? Because like his primary incentive is just out the window. Where is this guy? What? Oh, it's a bathroom. I was like, have I been in here before? That's just a bathroom. Right, didn't I discover that he's on like the upstairs area? I think I might have figured out where he was already, but I just need to wait till the next day or something because he wasn't around.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
You seem to have made a skull. Oh wait, this is her room. I was supposed to go to the place at the bottom right. I get all sorts of mixed up in this game. Actually not, I usually don't get that mixed up. This is just a slightly complex environment. Full of loading screens. But no, I wasn't supposed to walk down the hallway in the first place. It was like behind me when I first walked in, there was a door. This is my little moment to be like, my partner's not watching, I can do whatever I want. I can be the naughtiest boy. There we go. There, he's just there in the open. Why do you have to check with him a day later? That's kind of weird.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette. His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. I got your hint, found the key, right under the stone.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for, yes.
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadows on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you, and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
He nods towards door number 28. By the way, I'm really digging the view here. That's why I chose this place. He looks away, his cigarette end glowing in the dark. Martinez is special, isn't it? Why would I want to meet your friend? Trust me, you do. Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me. He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the brush. Besides, I've got to run. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again. But I just found you again. Oh, shit. No, I didn't mean to click there. I mean, go if you must, I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the time. Oh god. Don't worry, we'll meet again. He gently rests his hand on your shoulder. Come find me in the bar of the Whirling some evening. A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club. Music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and the chemicals hit his nervous system. 1,000 shivers ripple through his body. Only if you promise we'll talk again. It's important. We'll talk, the smoker assures you, brushing his hand through his hair. Just not tonight. Now we're looking to interview the Sunday friend. Take care, alright? He says with another disarming smile, before slipping off into the night. And he's gone again. Looks like it's become a theme for him. Thanks, conceptualization. Popping me full of points. Shit. Was it half light? I should have written it down or something. I'll check last episode and refresh my memory between episodes of what it was. There was something I wanted to put a point into because it was going to help me with the check that I'm stuck on. Yeah. I think it might have been half light. Might have been half light. There's something I was trying to check last episode. I remember that much, but I don't remember what it was. Do I have another thought yet? That's not the right menu. There's my brain. I don't have another thought yet. I'm not in the biggest hurry to forget anything unless something specifically sucks around here. Let's just go on in. What can go wrong? Many things, including death. Haven't died for a while, though. Thought this might be a death-filled playthrough. Getting one more point into each one definitely helped a bit. A quarterly business magazine. Dishes soaked up in a pot. An empty ashtray. Governmental issues take me all over Revocol, as you can see. I'll get to you in a minute, sir. Someone's always watching. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. Just awkwardly inspecting the whole area right in front of him. None of this is weird. Expensive men's perfume lingers in the air. An old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. If stability is ensured, progress will be... Nope. What accent is he speaking in? Party Dragon's silk robe. +1 drama, become the dragon. +1 electrochemistry, become an addict. In a strange bathing robe. It does go there. Gotcha. This sleazy silk bathing robe is in vibrant blues, features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has been provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Seoul. The real Soulites probably don't care. Oh, right, I'm still wearing these gloves. Right. Yeah, it was Half-Light that I wanted. That's why I'm wearing Half-Light gloves, as I was trying to use the Half-Light stat. I was right about that. There we go. Boop. Get another point into visual calculus. I haven't put a point into that yet. There we go. Get my interfacing gloves back on. That's where I feel comfortable. When I'm back in my skin. Buckets of paint and a layer of old newspapers. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Oh no. Oh no. Samaran conical hat. Alright, that's a thing. +1 logic. Super logical for a cop to wear this. -1 suggestion. Insensitive bachelor party vibes. Oh. This tawny cone-shaped hat looks like a beacon of Samaran wisdom. Its straws sticking up like antennas. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when they see you strolling around in this incredibly insensitive headpiece. Well, what items we're collecting here?
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks. Officers, plural? There's only one of us. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances. I should have come here with Kim. I have other activities that I plan, like it was the boots and the lady I both plan on doing without Kim, but this would have been better to do with Kim. But I didn't know. I did know, but it was more like this was after 21 o'clock, which is the time where you get rid of Kim for the other things. So I kind of just grouped them together as activities, but it would have made sense to come here first with him, then drop him off. Whoops. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Villedron. I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sir Leclerc. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I'm here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What a drag. He seemed like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things. we can just keep asking about these Samaritan elements. Point to the bed. Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy.
Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they call this type of frame industrial. It's very comfy. That's really all I can tell you about it.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps in from the balcony. You actually witnessed the lynching? I'm sorry to say that I did, officer. The man gives a solemn nod. Start from the beginning if you don't mind. Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like a play. He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting out the scene. Meaning it was terrifying? No, no, the man shakes his head. I mean, it was so strange I could barely believe what was happening. I was on a balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember when they first came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this. How many of them were there? I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10, maybe 8. Sound familiar? That matches the prints you observed at the scene. And the self-declared... Well, not self-declared. No, we determined that there was 8 of them. Were any of them huge? Like 200 kilograms huge? That's a giant you're describing. No. They were all quite human, as far as I could tell. What happened next? I went back inside. So you didn't actually see the lynching happen? Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see. But I could hear their voices. They were threatening to kill the poor man. Were they men? Women? Old men, I presume, but again, I couldn't see very clearly. What ethnicity were they? I believe they were mostly white, although I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them, and I am quite certain that one of them spoke in a Mesk accent. What happened next? Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching. What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy. Eventually the shouts died down, that's all. And that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. It was quiet, but they were shouting. Why didn't you call the RCM? The man wipes his glasses. You were right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add. Can you at least tell me when it happened? All I can say is that it was late. So let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you? No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day. Those are all of my questions. Thank you for your time. Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM. That was not as helpful as you would hope, although it seems to identify the people from that group. It was the handful of exceptions he points out that seem to correlate with the exceptions we see within the 8-person group that kind of stand out, that are kind of identifiers. What's an official like you doing in Martinez? The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. He raises an index finger. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight. Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? Ah, well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top floor stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. He smiles. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage of the international community caused when we arrived here. So you're some kind of bureaucrat? Yes, as I said before, I'm a commissioner from Sur Le Clef working for the Institute of Price Stability. He glances at his watch. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Interne. Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Interne's joking or not. What is this international community? La Communauté Internationale is what Revicolians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution. What is the price stability? It is the most important thing. That doesn't tell me anything. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential in maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability. How does this benefit us exactly? Take your daily bread, for example. Too much inflation. Bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation. It becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%. Below 2% of what? But not too far below. No. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. You're not answering my questions at all. The Coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet? Sure, give me a leaflet. A sound monetary policy is essential in addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être. I'm so bad at this. Translate. Raison d'être.
Raison d'être.
Thanks, internet. Raison d'être.
Raison d'être.
If that's even true or not. It's just purpose. It just means purpose as far as I can tell. At least that's the English translation. Let's Google raison d'être. The most important reason or purpose for someone to or something's existence. So yes, purpose. But big ass purpose. It's French for extra emphasis. Water. Raison d'être. Stability is the raison d'être of the Moral Interne. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. Oh, great. He pats his pockets. But, oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. It's too bad. You could always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Interne's commitment to transparency. I've heard about this Moral Interne before, but I want to know more. It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is the Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition. Mind babies? Are you a moralist? But of course. But why? Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values. But what is a normal, stable world? The Occident is part of the normal world. Orange, sur le clef, what the fuck does normal mean to you? Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me. Martinez? No, Martinez is something else. What about the rest of Revicol? Is it part of the normal world? Revicol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. They're all doing very well here, relatively speaking. He gives you an approving nod. It's... Yes, it is, sir. I don't think I'm a moralist. Moralism sounds incredibly boring. I want more action. Moralism's the idea of a foreign occupiers. Revocol must be governed by Revocolians. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot and heel. The boot heel of capital. And then, it's like every time I'm talking, it's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D. None of the above. Is that moralism? Yes. that's how this is framed, yes. It's the centrist choice constantly. We found him. He's just as boring as I imagined. What, could I interest you in the status quo, sir? Or this is the... I think this is how I get fascist points. Which has happened a few times. I think it's the whenever you're like anti-foreigners, I think that gives you fascism as a default, essentially. I think that's the couple of times it's happened. Yep. I agree that Revocol should probably be run by Revocolians. As long as you're not thinking of that as being like an ethno-state or anything, and not as opposed to just like, you know, people that live in Revocol is probably a good idea. Because there is a weird thing where you can get fascist points by just kind of being in favor of Revocol being sovereign. Because it is a weird, distressing, non-sovereign situation. Reminds me of the many different countries throughout the sort of Middle East regions that are kind of under control of other countries, and that's just kind of weird. Democracy is a meaningless sham as long as the working class is under the boot heel of capital. Ah, my friend, but the lesson of the revolution is that the communism does not work, my friend. He said my friend twice in the same sentence. He's trying really hard to be my friend. In a nominal way, literally. We just haven't tried real communism yet. The go-to response, yeah. And you're telling me this world here is working out well? Also, there's this one it didn't work because the coalition crushed it violently is also true. But no, I'm gonna be spiteful. It's moving towards the right direction, and that's all that matters. Progress is measured in centimeters, my friend. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Tell me about Sir Leclerc. What is there to say? Sir Leclerc is a modern urbanized country that measures its very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it's a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revocol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes. Darlings? That can't be an official designation. What makes Revocol Sir Leclerc's darling? Because a great percentage of Revocol's cultural hails from Sir Leclerc, its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area. Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sir Leclerc's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes. But I like meatballs. I don't like mashed potatoes that much. They're fine. Mashed potatoes feel like a duty. Like, I would like to contain sustenance now. But yes, this pleases me. Like, it's not. There's nothing unappealing about mashed potatoes. There's just kind of a nothingness to them. I don't know. Mix in a little butter. But I like meatballs. And all the different ways the meatballs are served. Tell me about Oranja. Oranja is an exemplary nation as a core member of EPIS. Contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to our Sir Leclerc... I said chef a few times tonight. Whatever. There's a lot. I already know I'm saying everything wrong and I'm doomed, and also any semblance of an accent or affect I'm applying to half these characters constantly wanders around because it's a lot. Being a voice actor is hard. Orange is probably the most prominent member of the international community. I've always had the vague ambition of like, what if I got like a crew of people from like my group of people that I collaborate with, and like got them all to voice characters. There are Let's Plays that do that, where they have an entire cast of voice actors where certain characters are all played by different people that person knows, which is fucking bravo. Those people that can handle that. I don't have the kind of production schedule where that's a reasonable thing to do. A lot of these videos are like coming out the next day or whatnot. It's like I'd have to contact a person. They might take a week to get back to me to do the voice and all that. But that'd be a cool idea. But I'm doing like an hour of CRPG per day, more or less indefinitely. It's definitely something for channels that make fewer videos that are shorter and less frequently. Which one of them is more EPIS? As founding member, they are both very EPIS. Orange carries a lot of political weight, while Sur La Clef takes care of the business side of things. Sur La Clef hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions. Okay, but outside of EPIS, what is Orange? Orange's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. I'm getting towards Russian shit. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industrial to advanced services, and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community. But that didn't tell you anything about Orange. Can't you just talk like a normal person? About what? About Orange. Tell me what it's like there. Oh, it's very urban and well organized. Their streets are clean, their house cars run on time, and people are polite and efficient. Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow. Enough business. Let's talk about something else. Whatever you wish, officer. Can you tell me about your friend? Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. Who's Kedra? Kedra is a candidate member of the EPIS, but between you and me, their potential membership is more contentious issue. What do you mean? That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since. What's this EPIS thing you keep talking about? EPIS is a very special program developed by the Morlington to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see. Getting everyone to use the same system. God, yes. Sweet standardization. The backbone of rationality in commerce. It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economical union, and for the processing of steel. Another success, and between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level. Okay, but like, what does it stand for? Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole. No, but what do the letters stand for? It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We are very excited to take it to the next level. You don't even hear the words I'm saying, do you? A supranational political alliance, the United States of the Occident. Is it going to be like this? Is it going to be like this place here? You mean Rivacol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy. Is Revachol going to be part of the EPIS? It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. Except that candidate members never become full members, do they? Didn't you just say a candidate members never become real members? No, candidate members do become real members. Why do we even have the whole system in the first place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. Yeah, but the other people are fucked apparently. But we are talking about my friend here, not politics. He chuckles gently. He's terrified to talk about politics despite bragging about having a multi-nation economic organization that explicitly affects the politics and governance of said nations and is inherently political, but he's just kind of pretending to sidestep politics, which is weird. How'd you two even become friends? How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulandian Isola, oil platforms ablaze in the night, civil wars lasting for years. Finally, the international community is forced to step in. What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way. Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are, meeting the people they meet. That's how I came here, my friend, too. You still haven't told me who he is. I hate this guy, by the way. Sorry, who? The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him. But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education and the foundation of our future. Especially the arts. It's a cornerstone of our civilization. Fine. What's his real name? Officer, you have to understand, I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation. So all you can tell me about him is he's here to study the arts. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes. He can't ever talk in any way but like a PR person. It's exhausting. As though you weren't envious enough of the boy as is. Which arts? He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. What the fuck do you mean all the arts? Nobody likes all the arts. I like graphic design. I can't stand poetry for the most part. I like painting. I'm bad at it. I like visual art. I like filmmaking kind of arts and editing and so on, but I don't like poetry. And I like what the fuck? No one likes all the arts. There's so many arts. Roger Ebert thought video games weren't art because nobody likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking? Who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him. What are you doing in this apartment by yourself? I am just enjoying the view, the man smiles, nodding in the window. What view? It's dark outside. Listen, he says, raising his hand. A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment. Someone's baby is crying. No, listen, he says again, looking outside. The Insulindian Bay. What about it? There's open quote, double exit quote. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away. He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass. I was talking about your friend. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's a busy bee. A busy bee? What an odd choice of words. I had something else in mind. I'm all ears, officer. Thanks. I've got all I needed. A moment. Fuck. I don't want to talk to this guy. I don't like him. It's literally more entertaining to talk to racists than this guy. A moment, officer. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once we leave. Hold on, why can't we talk later? It's against diplomatic practices for an official of my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. He pauses, and I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well. That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night. Is that the real reason you're here? Are you two having an affair? Thanks for the heads up. My work here is done. Of course. I'm glad I could help. I will never speak to you again, and that's great news. That's great news. Goodbye forever, sir. His weird political, like, refusing to answer any questions, speak, and his PR bent, and his centrism.